Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Vet Ranch. I'm Dr. Lee, and this little pup's name is Holly. And Holly came out of a local shelter. She was a little abandoned dog, and she's a little Shih Tzu, and you can see that eye's got a big hunk of junk on it right there. This is a condition called dry eye, or keratitis sicca. She's got a little bit over here in this eye too, and it's very common in this breed. We don't know how old she is. She's not too old. Her teeth look nice and clean. So either she's not very old or she's had good care, but that doesn't really explain why she was in the shelter. But she's in pretty good shape. Everything looks good until you pick little Holly up, and then you can see she's got a big nasty lump under there, so we're not real sure what that is. She's not been spayed, so we're going to have to spay her too. But anyway, we'll get her into surgery, and we'll see what's going on there with her little tummy, and we'll get her spayed too at the same time. Now that we have Holly anesthetized, you can tell what this is. This is not a tumor, it's a hernia. And if you watch, I'll push it all back into her abdomen. That's just her bowels that are coming through a hole in her belly wall there. So she needs to be spayed anyway, so we've got to go open up this whole area. So we'll just extend the incision forward, come up here, and we will fix this defect. You can see I've got my finger in her abdomen right now. So anyway, that's much, much better than a tumor. So we'll get this little girl fixed up. As you can see, this is the extent of that hernia. And what I've done, I've gone in there and I replaced all of her bowels back into her abdomen. And I've taken all the edges of the hernia, and sorry, this is pretty bloody surgery, but I took all the edges and I went in there and I cut them all and created a new wound. So we'll be suturing bleeding tissue back to bleeding tissue, and that way it will heal. If you just go in and you hook the sides of the sac together, this is it right here. That's the old membrane of the sac. If you just hook the sides of the sac back together, it will rupture back out in no time. You have to go down to the deep tissues and freshen them all up to where it's all good bleeding flesh. So anyway, we'll patch this thing up and she'll be good to go, and then we'll go do the spay. Our little girl is all fixed up. The hernia is fixed, and so is Holly. So that should never cause her any more problems again. So this girl will get her little eye fixed up too, and then she'll be ready to go to the fosters and get adopted as soon as she heals up. We're 4 days out from her surgery. All the surgery sites are looking real good. They're healing well, and her little eyes are responding very, very well to the treatment. Remember, she had all that crusty, gooey stuff going on in her eyes, and that's all clearing up. This eye still looks a little bit dry, so it will probably always have that keratitis sicca, the dry eye. This one's responding a little bit more favorably. So anyway, she looks so much better. She feels good. She's really a quiet little subdued dog. She's very, very sweet. So she'll find a home pretty quickly. All right, well, who you got here today, Pat?
We have Holly here.
Look who came back to visit. All righty. Holly, what are we, 3 weeks out of surgery now? Does that sound about right?
It does.
All righty.
And we are eminently grateful to the Vet Ranch for what you did. We have never seen a hernia of this magnitude before in our years of rescue.
Yeah, well, Vet Ranch, people are very, very generous, and they take care of little babies like this all the time. And look, get a good look at her eyes. If you'll, her eyes really were in trouble 3-4 weeks ago when she was in, and this one's actually making tears now on its own. And so is this one. This one looks really good too. So Pat's got a couple of good candidates for Holly's forever home, and we really appreciate all the donations you guys have made to Vet Ranch, because this is all because of you. The hard work that Pat put into this little baby and her rescue, and then all the donations that you've done have made a success story out of this that was going to be a really, really sad ending. So Holly's going to get her a new home pretty quick, and we thank you for that. Thanks a lot for tuning in to Vet Ranch. We'll see you next time.
I know what you're going through. I know, 'cause I've been there too. I don't walk right and I don't talk right, and there ain't nothing wrong.